And now, our feature presentation.
Hey guys, I'm Scarfy.
I'm Naka.
And I am Krüz.
And welcome to Subwoofer Entertainment, a determinedly drunk, geeky, and showful podcast where wolves be house and extremely entertaining, bringing you all latest entertainment news. That's a lot like music appreciation class talk about what's going on certain topics to see how people react to them in certain ways. And guys, it is the final go about with this show. We are episode 99. Episode 99. I decided that I needed to choose a song that I thought would actually work well with this particular show and this particular setting. So I don't know about you guys, but a lot of things have happened this week. Well, first off, we finally got someone sane in the White House. That's all I can say.
For how long? For how long remains to be seen, because, I think he is now the oldest after someone
Correct.
Who was previously the second oldest.
Yes, that is correct. So we'll see how it works. I mean, the one thing about, that's just interesting about these sorts of things is that, what are you eating?
I'm not eating.
I'm opening a little sleeve of Ritz crackers.
I ate
Okay,
spaghetti.
well, can you mute your mic the next time you do that? I'm sorry.
I will crunch as loudly as I goddamn please.
I was partway through opening it. I was like, shit, I should mute my mic. And then
You mean like this? Like all that? We all like doing that, right?
I don't know if they have many more, but the bags of Sun Chips that were supposed to be like compostable, they were made out of a different material, like such that if you looked at them funny, they would make this loud crackling sound. That was a thing.
That is correct. S.E.T has been brought to you by Streamlabs. We are a non-profit podcast, but we use this as our go-to for making more episodes and help them be bigger and better than ever before by purchasing equipment or other visual means. Please don't feel obligated. We are not asking for money to pay the rent, but if you have the heart to donate, it is greatly appreciated.
Pretty sure my TV just went out.
Oh, really?
Not as in like the Xfinity service TV, as in I mean like the actual TV died. It's been on its last legs for a while.
I was just about to ask if links were working because I was worried. Are links working, Naka?
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. Making sure. All right, so we have a bit of an interesting show today. We just I feel like we've all gotten to, this is our last go about, episode 99 before we get to the triple digit number for next week. We have a lot to go over. Next week is simply going to be a party. It's going to be talking about, not what's going on in entertainment, but how much we've evolved and procured as a podcast, really.
There will be some stuff coming out, though, or at least a few things talking about look forward to. But in addition to that, we're definitely going to celebrate the good times we've had.
Yes. And I wanted to let you guys know that, and none of you know this, we have something that is being made in the works right now, and we are going to debut it on episode 100. So we still have to wait until it is nearly finished. We just have to wait until it is completely finished. Then we can see what happens. Other than that, I think things are going to go really, really well. Today has been a very, very interesting day. California has been getting quite a bit of rain. Especially, after we've gotten like 90-degree weather in the freaking winter. It's like, what is this? Yes, I know global warming, but
normal for you?
No, not at all. I hate California.
I know, but it's normal for California. Like, there was a whole thing in Drake and Josh about them freaking out that it snowed in San Diego, even though it wasn't really snow, but whatever.
It's interesting to say the least. And, I felt like we had something else to discuss, but I completely forgot. When it comes to me, I'll probably discuss it towards the end of the show. I want to let you guys know that we have a bigger show, I would say, but it is pretty much around the same as last show, the time frame. But we'll see how much we can squeeze in.
Yeah,
we'll just have to wait and see.
Segment.
Yeah, in my segment, but we'll see what happens. Anyway. With that being said, we are going to take a look at what is going on in the music world. Krüz, take us along. Take us by the paw.
I was trying to think of a song lyric that would probably actually entertain me. Take my paw. But then I have to think of another line, but whatever. So, if you remember, in the before times, the upcoming Weezer album was supposed to be Van Weezer. Instead, they've been working on, well, they already released some songs for that in preparation for the Hella Mega Tour, which has been rescheduled. It's supposed to start in, I want to say, March. Hopefully, a lot of things will be getting better by then, and the tour will go on smoothly. OK Human is the album that they're going to release first. And this one is so for them, Van Weezer is supposed to be a more rock-based album, whereas this one is, to them, more piano-based, more laid-back songs. And yeah, nice to have that variety in there. And apparently, I forget his name, Rivers Cuomo, the frontman, said the fans have enjoyed hearing in the past Beverly Hills and like a special solo that wasn't on the actual song itself, which sometimes bands do a lot. I've noticed that Metallica, whenever they play, they finished with Enter Sandman. After they finish the song, they do like a bit of a riff that sounds like it's from Frayed Ends of Sanity, and that's become a thing now. Anyway, the OK Human, which will probably be the next OK Boomer, it's apparently a reference to Radiohead's OK Computer, and this album will be released on January 29th, while Van Weezer is set to release on, actually, May 7th, I almost said 17th, May 7th, to coincide with the rescheduled Hella Mega Tour featuring Weezer, Fall Out Boy, and Green Day.
All right, so this was a very interesting album that I took a look at. I remember we were talking about Weezer when we had Boozy on our show, and I remember Krüz's line when he said that Weezer was sellout, which
I think let me clarify.
Yeah,
what I had said was that I didn't think that this was a sellout move, and Boozy was like, "Well, they've already sold out. Remember Buddy Holly?" I was like, I don't remember. I didn't remember that song. I haven't heard that in a while.
It was actually Cole Porter. You think Cole Porter sold out yet? I'm just wondering. And then we all went, we don't know who Cole Porter is. Exactly.
There's a state. That's why my refined argument. There are stages to selling out, and that you can retract from them, but you can also not retract from them. Green Day, unfortunately, didn't really do much justice in their album, but you know, I still like Green Day. I'm harken to the good old American Idiot days. Okay, Spore. Kind of from the game. So, for, I think, like the third or so time, but this time for real, I'm going to talk about the Electric Snek.
It's too mean to die. Yes, indeed, Boozy Badger.
It did me today. So, it's finally almost time for one of the first big name metal releases of 2021. We got to hear The Undertaker and the title track from this album late in 2020. And then Zombie Apocalypse video and song were released on January 15th due to the delay of the album release. But Too Mean to Die, or as Shudder has called it, because I want to give credit where credit is due, he's dubbed it the Electric Snek album, will be available on January 29th. So it's time to get excited for some killer heavy metal.
I actually took a look at this Electric Snake, and to be honest, I thought we talked about this album not too long ago, so I'm a little surprised to see it on it here.
We did, because
it's been coming back. It's like Frieza, it never dies.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the album name is appropriate, but also I wanted to announce like the change in plans of like how they were going to release it, and that they decided that you thought you were talking about Shudder, thought you were talking about Zach. That's Booze Wolf.
Not Boozy.
And, boozing. I don't know. But yeah, January 29th, it's finally arriving. So, man, I'm gonna be excited to have this on my playlist for commuting and all that stuff. I've already, like, Too Mean to Die is already a good song to speed down the highway to. Safely, of course, not like Antonio Brown.
Indeed. I do declare what you be talking like that way. I don't know what you mean.
Don't talk about Antonio Brown, please. I don't want to talk about him.
I don't either, but
no, well.
Problems are problems. Hey, speak of the devil.
Speaking of Booze Wolf, here he is.
Yes, indeed. Anyway.
Don't worry. Be happy.
This must be a troll video. I don't understand why they would actually make something like this. But then again, if Dragon Force can make a cover of Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On," I'm pretty sure anything is allowed.
Not only that, but they fucking nailed it, in my opinion. They
did. Yeah.
But yeah, to your point about trolls, the band is called Trollfest. This is the Happy Heroes EP with a appropriately goofy album cover. For the announcement was coincide with the song "Don't Worry, Be Happy." Yes, it's the song that fish on the wall sings, covered by a Norwegian folk metal band. Yes, you heard that right. After Windrose covered "Diggy Diggy Hole" from Yogscast, there was another bar set for metal bands and goofy covers. And although Elstorm did a goofy album, they didn't do a goofy cover, instead doing a more serious cover of the Scottish folk song Henry Martin, which is legitimately good acoustic song. Though the Curse of Crystal Coconut was plenty full of goofs. And the video, of course, is also appropriately goofy. And the rest of the EP will be released on March 21st. I knew of Trollfest, but I hadn't decided to, I hadn't known what I should listen to. But I suppose that this is a good way as any to be introduced to a band, to see them at their goofiest.
Wait, did we lose the stream?
No.
Oh, well, Shutter says that we lost the stream.
Excuse me? No, we've been live the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
There's been no internet issues. Everything seems to be working fine.
It's not like
It's got to be a YouTube error then.
Yeah, everything seems to be working fine. Just if you're experiencing a problem, guys, try refreshing. Yeah, we're good.
It says excellent connection. I was about to say, what the fuck? There's nothing going on.
Okay, well, it's kind of interesting because while Krüz was talking, I did receive an error has occurred. I'm like, well, that's weird. I don't know why I would get that. So I hit F5, and it seemed to be working fine. So I guess we just had a little blip. That's all we had, just a little blip.
No, it's YouTube being YouTube.
That's why I said a little blip. So anyway,
no.
Back to where we started. We were talking about Trollfest. So yeah, they really pulled it off in my opinion. Krüz, Naka, what do you think?
I mean, folk metal, it's, can go one way or another, but then you go out, you do a goofy cover like this, or, Dragon Force with Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On."
Maybe YouTube is the one that trolled us by trying
there
to.
You go.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe YouTube is the one that trolled us to not have a stream anymore. Maybe that's why we got that error message. But who cares? It's
you all here in the.
Yeah, Susan.
So,
but
anyway, we're gonna
move on to the final music for this week segment, whatever, with Rivers, it's Epica. It's the band
Omega Rivers. So they are the Dutch symphonic metal band, and they've announced their 8th studio album, Omega, and dropped Rivers, a sweeping ballad that gives the listener chills and speaks to the very soul. Now, I haven't listened very much to Epica, aside from my main source of listening to them was from either Scarcely on Pandora and then their cover of Sacred and Wild by Powerwolf, which I know Scarfy enjoys that song. But this is an album I'll definitely listen to, and it also makes for a good follow-up for Antti Martikainen's Sonic Savior. The album will be released on February 26th. I wanted to include this in the past one, even though they're not coming this week, but these are announcements that we wanted to make now before, in case we didn't have time on the 100 stream. So that's why that's there. Trollfest, Epica are forthcoming, Accept and Weezer are those last two are both coming this week. Yeah, I listened. I really enjoyed the Rivers because it's just like a pure ballad in I forget the singer Simeon. Is her name is Simeon? She has an amazing voice. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I was listening to Epica, and I do love the harmonics. It's very, very haunting, very, very chills. Like they didn't, in my opinion, they didn't even need to go into heavy metal, but that just even adds to the artistry, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think like Nightwish did something like that, but like reversed it, where they started with metal on Shoemaker, and then all the metal instruments dropped out, and it was just like Floor Jansen singing at Astra at the end, and that's what symphonic metal is about. It's kind of striking, not only just like Antti Martikainen is more like power metal leaning, but that's also about balancing the pure vocal and orchestral elements with heavy metal. So
indeed,
different symphonic metal bands have different balances, and I think Epica's is more leaning towards a even balance, at least in this song. But they're if this is an indication of the, like, I don't know, single from the album Rivers,
yeah,
I think we're in for a treat this February, and that'll be it for music this week.
I love symphonic metal. It's one of those underbelly genres that never really gets talked about. But it's, I don't know, it's just like hearing there's a reason why I love Metallica's S&M and S&M 2 so much, is because you're hearing all the other instruments. You can hear the soundscape of all the other instruments. You can hear, the horns, you can hear the strings, you can hear, the Metallica music at the same time. It's a great, great balance.
Speaking of which, did you guys watch S&M 2?
Yeah, I watched it on New Year's.
I saw it. I haven't rewatched it since, but I did watch it actually when it was in theaters for the first time back in October 2019.
What did you think of it, Krüz?
Good.
It was great. A great follow up to it, the first one, and also I was happy to see Unforgiven 3 on the set list, and then when I saw like that they were doing just James singing and the orchestra, I'm like, holy shit, that's a ballsy move, and it paid off big time. It was amazing.
Reminds me of
and
when
that's
they were...
to your point, talking about backing down from the metal side and like embracing the orchestra part of it, and that was one of the songs where the orchestra, like some Metallica songs, seem to be better suited. I think they picked better songs for S&M 2, and they also had more to choose from. And taking that Unforgiven 3 and just making it just stripped down version, I thought was a really cool way to shake it up.
And the tribute to Cliff Burton.
Yeah, and was it Michael Kamen as well?
Michael Kamen, yeah. Just
he was the composer, not composer. The what's the word?
The orchestra director.
He was the composer.
Conductor. That's the word.
Yeah, the conductor. Yeah.
He was a conductor for the original S&M during that time, but he passed away since. So there were some people in the crowd paying tribute to that, which was also very cool.
Indeed. Yeah, I thought Epica was a very, very good album, and I think it's. Is there anything else you wanna say, Naka Krüz, before we move on?
Well, I think that's going to be it for this week.
For music,
very
for music
for
anyway. For music, yes.
getting a good dose of creepy stuff in.
So what's going on in the worlds of 8-bit wonders, Naka?
Well, I do want to bring something up real quick. So, yesterday into today was the iRacing 24 Hours of Daytona, which is always a week before the Rolex 24, which is next weekend. No, I'm not going to pull an all-nighter. I'm not going to stay up 40 hours. But I do have a couple tweets that I do want to share. Because one of my good friends, Mr. Arrow HD, Arrow Keenan, this was the third time he had run the iRacing Daytona 24 Hours solo. And it was something like 830 laps that he had done, just actually beating the Rolex 24 record of, most laps in a race. And every Rolex 24 or iRacing 24 Hours of Daytona, it's always a charity stream. So through, Outrun Motorsports, or otherwise known as Team Rick, as a team, they raised $5,576, being the number one team on Extra Life this weekend. And Keenan himself had raised $3,400 alone. His co-host and technically quote-unquote co-driver, Ian Plash, also known as 924 Chevette, or just Chevette, raised something like $2,200 and did 850 laps. So technically those are new records, but 55, just shy of $5,600 raised for charity it's no easy matter, because last year overall total for this same event was like $2,600. So I unfortunately couldn't donate this year, but we doubled the donations from last year, which is no easy feat, especially after everything that's gone on the past year. But it all went to a good cause, and he's going to be in back pain for 2 days. But I did want to bring that up because 24-hour endurance events are no easy feat, especially if you're doing it solo. Your position at the end of the day doesn't matter, because if you don't do a driver change in iRacing, you get disqualified. But 15th out of 20 in the class overall. And that was when he had to take like a 20-minute break to go take a dump.
So it's you can't. You're saying that if you have to shit, you have to do a shit bucket move.
No, he actually got up, got out of his chair, went to the bathroom, and relieved himself.
Like during that time, you can't advance your own. Like, that's where the change would normally come.
That's where a driver change would normally occur. But if you're doing it solo, you can't do it.
Right.
So so that's why it was 15. Like, despite doing well, you can't make up the time.
So I want to give a hats off to all the hot boys and supporters of Team Rick, Outrun Motorsports, both Ian and Keenan, for raising nearly $5,600 for children's hospitals. That's, technically they were highest on the leaderboards because there were no typically it's November when Extra Life happens, but since it's January, yeah, whatever. But I actually do have games to talk about this week, or one big
Quite a
game.
few.
And
Quite a few, in fact. Yeah.
It's by Team Bloober.
First, we must talk about The Medium. The Medium is a psychological horror game played in third person as Marianne, a medium who can travel into the split spirit realm. Gotta zoom in on this as I burp while I speak. It's not fun.
The realm of spit.
Being able to inhabit both worlds aids puzzle solving. Her psychic abilities may also be used against the hostile forces and are recharged by interacting with energy spots called spirit wells. The Medium is developed by Bloober Team. Or
didn't they also do the They also did the what's it called, Blair Witch.
I think so.
Because I just remember watching the Game Grumps play it, and Dan delightfully declaring "Bloober Team." That's it.
Let's see. They came up with the idea in 2012. They meant to enhance the immersion by changing their traditional perspective from first to third person and taking advantage of the new Xbox Series X and S's background streaming and, just the new hardware. They modeled the supernatural setting after...
I can try it. Stanislav Beninch... No. Stanislav Bekinski.
Yes, that person's dystopian surrealist artwork.
Apparently, the L with a line through it is like a W.
Lead designer Wojciech Piechko. Again, I'm butchering names. I'm so sorry to the developers because these are not English names.
Yeah, Karen could probably help correct us.
Yes. Said the medium imparts the message that there is no universal truth. Composers Arkadiusz Rykowski and Akira Yamaoka were tasked with scoring the physical and spiritual plane, respectively, using synthesizers and analog sounds. Rykowski likened his approach to that of Stranger Things and Chernobyl. Yamaoka worked on the Silent Hill franchise, which inspired the game, including its fixed camera angles. He was persuaded to take on the music when Piechko. Again, I'm just going with Piechko. I'm sorry. Oh, God, I feel like an ass. Gave him a gameplay demonstration. Singer Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, also of Silent Hill fame, contributed vocals. Troy Baker, big fucking surprise, voice of the primary antagonist, known as the Maw, from whom another actor performed the motion capture on stills. I'm saying big fucking surprise because Troy Baker's everywhere. Same with Nolan North.
He's always the bad guy, too.
Seemingly so. The medium was originally announced for Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii U in 2012, but for want of better technology, reappeared in May 2020 as a Microsoft Windows and Xbox Series X and S title. I don't know if it's on Xbox One. This might actually be a Series X and S exclusive. Originally scheduled for December 10th of last year, 2020, the release has been delayed until January 28th, this Thursday, because of COVID.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I don't think the people are going to give a shit about us. Honestly, the people who run YouTube are going to give a shit about us to demonetize us for using that word. When it comes to the medium, it looks interesting. I don't know if I'll ever play it. I am glad to see that it is getting off the ground. I hope that it works out. I thought that the visuals were very, very splendor, very, very dark and empty. So I can only assume that the game is going to be just as empty as the as what I'm leading to believe. So who knows? This looks really well done. Krüz, what do you think?
Some of the visual stuff and the cover art too a little bit reminds me of Evil Within, because of, I think it's a monster in the first game, which I have a little short story about. Not a short story. Well, actually, what happened is that I shot it, apparently, and it glitched, so it was just running circles around me, so I couldn't shoot it. But it was basically a mass of contorted bodies, and like that's what the fingers coming out of the ground kind of reminds me of.
Yes.
The atmosphere of the game, very, very spooky. I love it. It looks like that this was originally a 360 place PS3 and Wii U game. Having it, I think horror games really benefit from having a very updated profile. And like, you just see the Resident Evil, not only the Resident Evil 8 thing, the demo that dropped looks great, but also the remakes of those early games. Like, they make it look, it's so much more enjoyable when you have more detail in like the monsters and all the creepy shit and the effects and shadows and such. Hopefully, because I have an IOU for my birthday, because I didn't get a Xbox, my birthday because reasons. Hopefully, you'll be able to check this out among the other games I plan to get. So it looks very good.
I don't believe we have visuals for these upcoming games, Naka. So do you mind just going to the before we get into our next segment slide, just to make things look a little more natural, just to make sure.
Delicious.
Yep, here we go. Before,
all right.
And then I'm going to have to spring forward with it. But first up, we have a game that I'm not necessarily super excited about, but I know other people are.
I am super excited for this game.
Werewolf the Apocalypse, Earthblood. From Nacon, releases for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC on February 4th. The reason why I only said PlayStation, Xbox, it's all the current systems. So PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and PC.
So, guys, you're literally playing as a werewolf who wants to, get this, save the environment from people who are trying to take over the environment. Because, wolves, the environment, those are always important, right? I want to play this. It looks really goddamn good. I mean, Krüz, did you see the trailer for this? It looks amazing.
Yeah, we did see this a while back, I believe. I know this is probably definitely not gameplay footage, but it looks lush. Like the weird glowing eyes, the wolves themselves look cool. I'm not familiar with the universe, but it's just like to play as a werewolf. It's like, sure, I'll take that opportunity. Thank you. Guys,
the werewolf has a tail. An honest to God tail. It's
like they did it correctly.
I know. Because my werewolves have tails. That is how life works. Yes. And I'm really
werewolves have tails. End of story.
Yes. And basically, and Nacon tweeted just in case you missed the important details, and they take the frame of the image with them kind of, with the building just kind of collapsing, and they circle the tail on the werewolf. It's like, oh my god, yes, they fucking know. I am 100% wanting to get this game, but I don't know if I want to get it right away. I kind of want to wait till ratings come out, because here's the thing. I don't want this game to be bad. I really don't. In fact, far from it. I want it to be as good as it can possibly be, because if the game is good and it makes enough sales, that means they can make more sequels, which is great. It
is based off a board game, which I'm not familiar with the board game of it.
Yes.
But if you can see, maybe just look at how the board game works and then see how the game looks. You adapt how they chose to adapt board game to video game style.
Yeah.
It looks promising, at least. I mean, that's the most you can say about it right now. That's as much as we know until we see actual gameplay footage that might or might not come out.
So, I only hope it works. It looks like it could work. I want to play this game so bad. I just hope it's good.
Kyle asked if you just orgasmed.
Did Scarfy just orgasm? No. Anyway.
Demonetized.
Hey,
what are the next?
Did you drink that bottle of Mastercard last week like I said you should have?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Never mind.
Let's move on to the next game.
Let's move on to Neo and Neo 2 Remastered, as I put in here, remater. A PlayStation 5 and PC remaster of both Neo and Neo 2, releasing on February 5th.
Yes, looks interesting. I mean, yeah, I wish there was more I could say, but these games already came out, so it's like,
I know very little about these, or I was like, I don't remember much. That's something. It's a thing. It's fighting game stuff. Sounds epic, but it's not my style.
Yeah. What's the next game on the list, Naka?
Hold on. We have Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares, which it was available on Stadia Pro, so I'm just like, fuck it, I'll claim it. I haven't played it yet, but it's a puzzle platform horror adventure game releasing for Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Android, and PC, set for release on February 11th, with Series X and S and PlayStation 5 releases sometime in the future.
Indeed.
Now,
Is it coming to Stadia? I don't know.
yeah, I think what I love most about, or what I know is from watching Jacksepticeye play the original game and the DLC, it's both adorable and creepy. Especially the guy that shuffles around with the long arms and the fucking sloughed off skin and all that. But it looks like a very Tim Burton inspired aesthetic of a game, which I love, like Nightmare Before Christmas and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm so in love with like goofy horror, but it's also legitimately scary at times, and dark. Like, you realize people are like eating children and shit like that. Like, yeah, the sequel looks to be a good follow-up to that. I don't know what's going to be different about it, but other than the story, obviously, I guess. Like, you saw children having a food fight, just adding to some of the goofiness, but I'm excited for that. I'll try it out. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
This one got some excitement.
Yes.
All right.
I think you can...
Giant cat bing bong.
Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Which, this is another game, another Wii U exclusive, that's not on the Wii U anymore. Meaning that Nintendo is slowly but surely actively trying to kill the Wii U in their eyes.
Exactly.
The Mario 3D World re-release with a new campaign, online multiplayer, amiibo functionality, and an in-game snapshot mode to utilize the stamps, because haha, Miiverse doesn't exist anymore, is releasing for Nintendo Switch on February 12th.
You mean Bowser's furry?
Shut up.
No.
Like, Bowser's already connected to the furry fandom, and I think Mario is even more of a furry because he dons a cat costume. But anyway.
Yeah, this is a game that I am definitely getting on my list once it comes out in February. This is the game right here that I think most Nintendo fans are probably going to get. Not much. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm looking forward to trying it out because I've watched some mostly Game Grumps play of 3D World and I've wanted to try it out, and this is like a beefed up version of that. So like, sure, it'll give me a new game to really work on. And it looks very lush and delicious. So and try it.
I really want to play it because it has online multiplayer, and the original didn't have that. So the fact that this game has online multiplayer makes me just want to play it even more. I don't know how the multiplayer is going to work. I'm hoping there's not going to be too much lag while playing, but we'll just have to wait and see how that works. I am 100%. This is like, hands down, 100%, I am totally buying this game. So we're just gonna have to. I have to wait, of course. We all have to wait. Not much has been said about Nintendo, though. Oddly enough, so I'm kind of surprised that we haven't gotten much Nintendo news on the next newest games that are supposed to be coming out. But hey, we still have time. Yeah, Bowser's Furry, rather. I can't wait. I honestly can't wait to.
Bowser's Furry Fury.
Yes.
Shut up, guys. Come on.
No. All right. Move on to the next game.
All right. Now, here's the game that my friends and I have been waiting for like a fucking year to come out in the West. Persona 5 Strikers. The hack and slash Dynasty Warriors crossover with Persona 5 is finally releasing in the West for PC, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch on February 23rd.
I assume it was only released in Japan for at least like a year or something.
For a year, yeah.
Ugh. I hate it when that happens, when they don't like have the time to when they have to like translate the game into English. And don't get me wrong, I understand translation is a big thing, but it's like, why did we have to wait a year for this game? So
I know very little about Persona other than the music is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So. I've played Persona 5 Royal. It's a very, very interesting game. There's so many Persona 5 spin-off games. It's just every time a spin-off game comes out, it just kind of deviates away from the original formula, and it makes me not want to try them out.
That's part of what confuses me because I'm like, well, what's the main game like? How does it play? That's kind of like,
if you want to get the main game, get Royal. Don't get Persona 5.
Yeah, get Persona 5 Royal. It's the game. However,
Hey,
the only way you can... Yeah.
Hey, Atlas, you know how P4 Golden did on Steam? It sold like hotcakes. You know what would sell like hotcakes on Steam? Persona 5 Royal. Why don't you do that, Atlas? Huh?
Yeah, and while you're at it, can you put Persona 4 Golden on our current gen consoles? Just saying. You know, there's no reason why they shouldn't be on there.
yeah,
Hey,
could you get that squared away? Thanks.
Yeah.
If you wanted to play it on the go, it's on the Vita.
But yeah, I don't have a Vita, so... But anyway, Persona 5 Royal, if you ever get the chance to play it, Krüz, it's a very... It is one of the best... It is literally... I dare go far as to say it is one of the best experiences I've ever played in a video game. My only concern for you is that you don't have a PS4. So until you have a PS4, you can't play it. So...
The was it Royale?
It's either, but I would recommend you get Royal because it is like the definitive version of Persona 5.
Also, that little bit you said, like, it reminded me of Dan at the end of One Game Grumps episode. He's like, "But we made so far go progress."
All right. Y'all remember the NES? Y'all remember playing Ghosts and Goblins? Well,
y'all remember being stripped of a suit of armor to your underpants in less than 5 seconds?
And your top 3 game tips. And your top 3 gameplay tips are get the knife, get the knife, get the knife. Well, if you want to play that on the Switch, Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection is a modern re-release for the Nintendo Switch, due out on February 25th.
I wonder if the difficulty has been lessened or spiked.
Oh, it's not going to be.
Oh God, it's not going to be lessened, huh?
Yeah, it's just it seems so simple. It's one of those games that it's like it's unassuming on the surface, but then when you get into it, it's like one of the most seemingly impossible games because not only is there shit being thrown at you constantly, like the ground falls away, like enemies come out of nowhere and shit like that, and you also can take only like 2 hits maybe before you need to scramble for a suit of armor, which is then immediately stripped away from you because you had to jump in front of another shot to get it. Stuff like that. That said, I did beat Cuphead only because I glitched Mr. King Dice. But yeah.
So, Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. If anyone wants to play it, it's out there.
All right, and now this game's been in early access on Steam for a while, but I believe this is getting a Switch release, hence why it's on this list. But Wrath: Aeon of Ruin, which is a first-person shooter built off of the Quake engine, which hasn't been done in 20 years, is apparently getting a Switch release on February 25th.
Indeed.
That might explain why it's kind of has it reminds me a bit of like Doom, but in the jungle.
It's that same style. Whereas Doom had the Doom engine, Quake came after Doom, so that's why they look similar.
Yeah, I'm all for like the aesthetic of this game and like how it functions, because as some of the difficulty with Doom was a little frustrating, but the gameplay is so fun, and this kind of is like another if you need to get your fix for that. Another game I saw that's kind of like that that Markiplier played was called Ultra Kill. It's very much similar to the Doom, like, you know, move fast, shoot, like again, it's like you kill enemies to regain health kind of system. It rewards you for fighting. So and it looked very cool, and you also play as a robot in that game, apparently. But this one, it looks very good.
So,
yeah, it does look very good. Yeah,
we must move on to Bravely Default 2. The sequel to the hit 3DS RPG is releasing on the Nintendo Switch on February 26th.
So fun fact, I actually own Bravely Defaults on my Nintendo 3DS. I know, I can't believe I'm still talking about my 3DS years later after like it fucking discontinued it. Kind of upsetting. I do think it's different from say Bravely Second, I want to say. I'm not too sure. The point of it, I think. We'll just have to wait and see how it works, but I'm pretty sure Bravely Default 2, a lot of people are excited about Bravely Default 2, so I need to play Bravely Default before I actually play the second one, so we'll see how that works. It's a really good RPG. Square Enix makes great role-playing games, so I don't know how anyone who isn't a fan of Final Fantasy or even Secret of Mana for that matter wouldn't like this game because it looks great.
Hey, Square Enix, do you remember what you did to Marvel's Avengers?
What?
Oh, the Marvel's Avengers game that came out a couple months ago. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's bad.
I would have
there's
to be
a
reminded,
season
like,
pass for cosmetics. There's battle passes and stuff.
Oh, it's bad. It's really
bad. And there's like no players anymore. There's like 6 players playing the game.
Boy.
But I hope people remember that this is episode 99 because this is a huge amount of viewers watching that I've never seen before. So remember, guys, episode 100 is next week. Just needed to throw that out.
Get ready for the party. That means fuck off and come back next week. Just kidding.
Anyway, continue.
And we move on to our final kind of soon to be coming release. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time is being remade on PlayStation 4. Boo!
I want to read.
On March 18th.
What is your guys' beef with the PS4?
I want to read the top comment on the video for the trailer. 2022 Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake remastered.
Yeah, it's the fact that it came out on more than just a PlayStation back in the day. But the fact that it's only getting a PlayStation release that's why I'm saying boo.
Indeed.
That's why.
Oh.
Not because it's being remade only on the PS4. Well, it's because it's only going to be on PS4 is the thing. When Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, I have that in my Ubisoft Uplay library. I can go install it on my computer and play it. Why isn't it coming out on PC, guys? Why isn't it coming out for Xbox? Come on, idiots.
Idiot.
I haven't had a good shit to talk about with Ubisoft the past couple months. It's a long story.
Okay.
But
Indeed.
And you have one movie to talk about. Originally there was none, and there's no visuals for this one.
But he came back.
Exactly.
Did you hear the new Bill Wirtz song, Here Comes the Sun?
Yes, I did. It was really good.
Gone for nearly 2 years, but he comes back.
In our time of need, he came back for us. The hero that he is.
All right, so we are moving on to there were no films going to be talked about this week because I didn't really see a whole lot of films coming out. I didn't see any films for the week ahead coming out because people aren't, we've talked about them over and over on our show, and I believe that Hollywood is trying so desperately to keep up that it almost becomes near impossible just to keep talking about it. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our trailer, I should say, our one lone coming attraction that was actually released today, and I'm pretty sure most of you already know it, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it anyway. Godzilla vs. Kong. A lost king on an island must now face against another, the king of monsters, one that the king refuses to bow down to. This looks fucking good. Yeah.
I just wanted to say, because we all watched this before we started streaming, and I had an audible reaction to when King Kong Saitama's Godzilla in the face. It's just the meatiest impact. I'm like, that's the shit I want to see. I want to see King Kong knock Godzilla on his ass. That would be just. I want the fights. I want it all.
So
I told you it was going to be a chonker of a movie. This is big boy time.
So I'm gonna say something that may ruffle a few of you guys' feathers a bit. The last Godzilla movies are trying to have character and drama, and it's failing.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
that's what you
Like-
said
like-
about.
Yeah, Warner
What I'm
Brothers.
trying to say, Shin Godzilla was the good one.
Warner Brothers. I have a solution, and it's an easy solution. Either make the drama interesting, or don't put it in the film at all. Because people go to Godzilla because we want to see Godzilla fight. That is literally what we go to see Godzilla for.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. And then you won't have people complaining about how there isn't enough character in these movies, quote unquote. It's like
You can't complain about character development if you don't have characters to begin with.
Mm-hmm. So, well, I mean, Godzilla 2014 leaned way too heavily in the human drama direction. So King of the Monsters had a much better balance, but people still complain that, oh, there isn't enough drama. There isn't enough character in this movie. There isn't enough people, people and their personal problems. But I think one of my friends put it best. People who were complaining that it was nothing but probably aren't the audience for here's all of the kaiju movie. And the movie understood that we weren't there for Kyle Chandler's family stuff. We were there to watch Godzilla suplex a 3-headed dragon through Fenway Park. So,
yeah, it's a basic formula: monster attack city, people destroy, people defend city, monster attack, people destroy, monster die / fight.
Okay, well,
That's
Tommy Wiseau doesn't have a brain. I'm sorry. I hate to say that, but he doesn't have a brain. but yeah, Naka, Krüz, what do you think of this trailer? Are you excited?
But I thought Godzilla was supposed to be the good one after the previous Godzilla movie.
Yeah, we all thought that, so we're gonna have to wait and see what's going on, right?
See, I think they're foisting all the character development actually onto Godzilla, making him now more morally ambiguous.
Ambiguous.
I fucked up the saying of that word. I don't know what's happening. The movie is just centered around Godzilla and King Kong settling this beef once and for all.
And yeah, that is it. That is our agenda for today.
That's all the plot you need.
But we're gonna go ahead and talk for at least until 6 p.m. and then we'll just call it an episode. So we'll be here till 6 p.m.
Yeah,
For more entertainment news, please check out our Discord channel. We have a great community and have the power to have watch parties of films and games and just be able to hang out. If you're interested, click on the link, introduce yourself, follow the rules, have fun. Also, if you could, boost the server. Boosting the server is always great. I love that sort of thing. So, we're just going to have to... I would hope that one of these days people will follow us in maybe we can do stuff like this. So yeah, follow us for Discord. Now I have something that I want to bring to Naka's attention. Naka.
Yes.
I am going to. Oh, are you away?
I'm getting the thing that I did last week set up.
Oh, okay. Well, I wanted to send you something because I need it to be relayed in the chat.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and send Naka a hashtag, and this is hashtag set 100 episodes. And what I want you guys to do is to celebrate our 100th episode, which we are going to do next week. I want you to use this hashtag and follow along and tweet, what are your favorite memories or fond memories of being on the show? What did you like hearing about the most? What did you like doing? Put it on Twitter. Tweet us at Subwoofer ET with hashtag set 100 episodes, and we will take a look at what you guys have to say. I personally think it's great. So we're on to 100 next week. I cannot wait. We have a huge party next week rather, on Sunday.
Tomorrow.
And
holy shit, time flies.
Holy shit, does time fly. And we have something very, very special that's going to be appearing on our show, and I can already tell you something right now that we have something being made in the works, but we're just going to have to wait until we get to that point. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and take a look at what's going on. Naka, what are you doing currently?
I'm going to go drive a car with a number 99 to celebrate 99 episodes.
Oh, well... you're driving a car that says 99 to celebrate 99 episodes when we're not even at 100 yet. It's funny you should say that.
Yes.
So, guys, did you see the cover? So I'm gonna go ahead and just take a look and see what we missed over this past week. Did you guys see the cover for Resident Evil Village? Where like I think I don't know if it's Chris Redfield or Ethan Winters. Half of their face looks like a werewolf, and it's so fucking awesome.
I have not seen that.
I haven't seen that picture, but I have seen. I saw Outside Xbox play through the demo, which I know has been. I don't know how released. I think it's only for PlayStation right now. There's going to be a different demo for Xbox coming, apparently.
I'm gonna go ahead and send Naka the Xbox cover because he has Xbox. Might as well appeal to him so that maybe he'll probably get the game. Here you go.
The current a big appeal of the game, and there's been memes out of this, is the big titty goth mama vampire that you see at the end. Yes, I said it. Like that's like the thing that's enticing most people to buy the game now. I'm like,
see what's going on. What is going on in the world?
The Buccaneers are going to the Super Bowl in their home stadium.
Oh no!
Oh, fuck the Bucks.
Isn't that like against the rules? You're not supposed to do that.
No, it's just never happened before.
It's not against the rules. I mean, it's the thing is that there are only like so many stadiums that actually host the Super Bowl. I mean, Raymond James has hosted the Super Bowl before. That's actually where the Ravens won their first. The next one was in the Superdome. The Superdome is a common one. I'm trying to think of what others they do.
So we're gonna go ahead and just read off entertainment news off of Grillis's Telegram account.
But also, for the record, I want to say, I cannot wait for this. Hopefully, for this whole Tampa Bay shit to die by firing squad. Fuck it to the ends of the earth.
Hey, I want Buffalo to win tonight. They carried me throughout my fantasy season, and once the Seahawks lost to the Rams, I'm just like, well, go Browns, go Bills.
Cole Beasley did when he got 28 points, I was going to be out of the game, but that kept me in the game. It didn't win me the game, but still. I guess it's good for them, sure. Just please don't go 0-5.
All right, so I have some interesting news that I want to talk to you guys about. Have you guys been watching WandaVision? It's actually really well done. It's actually really good. You should give it a watch. It's really good.
I've been watching Letterkenny. I'm sorry.
Letter what?
Letterkenny?
Letter what?
Where are you watching that on?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, okay. So, well, I don't understand why that's not getting the media attention it deserves then, because...
Well, I mean, there's no current season of Letterkenny on right now.
All right, well, you still have Disney Plus. You could maybe do that, but who knows? By the way, speaking of superheroes, I wanted to let you know. Did you know that Karen Gillan, the actress who plays Nebula, she's coming back in Thor: Love and Thunder?
I mean, I figured.
Love and Thunder.
Well, you also have to keep in mind this Thor is actually going to star Natalie Portman as the main character. Yeah, she's playing like a version of Thor. So I'm kind of curious.
That was the whole thing. There was like another Thor, like a she Thor. I don't know if that's what you call it.
Thor.
Shathor.
Shathorg.
Chills lead 21-12 at halftime. That is a Rush song right there. 21-12.
Yeah, I figured that's there's this one of the Scorigami watchers are still on it. I don't know if that's a score that's happened before, but we'll see.
Oh, it's
WandaVision is really well done. I need to watch the latest episode. So guys, we're also getting a new Willy Wonka film. It's going to be called Willy, and it's basically going to be talking about Willy Wonka as the child before he became the chocolatier that we all know and love today.
So that scene with I don't know who the boy actor was, but with him and Christopher Lee.
No. It's outside of that entire universe. This is a totally new film.
I know it's expanding on it. Was it still going to be about his dad being like, "Oh, you might have food allergies"?
I don't know. I don't know, Krüz. I'm only reading what's giving me. Okay, you gotta be patient, man. You gotta be patient.
I am patient. I'm just asking some questions. Shit,
All
man.
right.
Shit,
All
man.
right,
You gotta be
so-
so interested about the shit I have to say.
All
Fuck
right,
Jesse
Boston's
Eisenberg,
throwing.
man.
let's-
No,
let's
don't.
scroll down.
That's a Game Grumps bit. I want to say, Jesse Eisenberg, if you ever, like, somebody tells you about this, that's a joke. Please. I don't want to die.
Apparently, they explained that, and the reason Aaron, his text sounded so weird was because he was driving from the airport at 6 a.m. and he was sleep deprived and stressed out in traffic, and he was using text to speech, and it said, so that's why you had all those non sequiturs involved. Which
Fuck this shit. I watched it a year and a half ago.
Also, Among Us is getting a airship map, which I can't wait to try out once they release it. Have you guys been playing Among Us lately, or did you get Among Us? Because it was only $5 on Steam.
I do have Among Us. I have not played it
I have-
recently.
I played it on my phone with my friends, and I also saw it's on Switch for $5. So I mean, if like I assume a cross-platform is a thing.
It very much
Honestly,
is.
I'm surprised that like Among Us is cheap. You know, it's still relatively cheap.
It's an
despite,
indie game
you know,
for you.
Well, I get it, but like you also have to understand they just got like Game of the Year awards. So like, why are they, you know?
Not raising the prices because that $5 is a selling point for.
Because they're selling a lot of what was it? Was it Among Us or Fall Guys
mean,
that sold
Among Us-
like 2 million copies on Steam like on the first day?
I mean, they're also selling costumes to go along with it that aren't part of the
Main
main
experience.
Game, so
I'm like looking at
Yeah.
like kids on the school things. Those kids I supervise, like they know what Among Us is. Like all age groups know what Among Us is. I think that's also why part of it's successful because it's so accessible. It's so
Yeah.
easy to play and fun to play. I've never been the imposter, and I wanted to be. Most of the time I spent playing was me doing a task and having no idea what was going on. And the lowest moment probably was me in the med bay doing the scanning thing and like had to scan myself or something. And
Okay.
I had to stand there, and then I saw someone walk in the room, and I'm like, well, I'm dead. And then my neck got snapped.
So guys, you want to know a news story that made headlines on the 20th?
Yes, go ahead.
So you know Pixar's Soul, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you know how the main character is black, right? Well, in Denmark, Denmark got some huge steam because apparently a white actor dubs the voice in Denmark. In the language of Danish. So it's like
Okay.
I mean,
that is
name me some black folks who speak Danish. I mean, there's an exception that not to say it's impossible. I mean, the Ravens had a black kicker, Kara Vedvik, who was from Norway and spoke fluent Norwegian. I mean, it's possible, but there's not as many people who speak that language.
Demographically, it just doesn't line up. I'm sorry. Like I
The other
understand
thing
why
is
people
that-
are upset, but shit.
I mean, we had the inverse too, where what's
Well,
his
you also
name?
have to-
Christopher
well, you also-
Judge. Christopher Judge voiced Kratos, who is, I guess, canonically white, but
Well, you also have to keep in mind, like, I'm pretty sure there is black people in Denmark. I just don't
There
know,
are,
like, if
but-
yeah.
they just probably aren't voice actors, I would imagine, or not well known
It's
enough
prob-
to be
It's
for the job.
It's probably a lot of different factors that we don't know that we can't really see. So we're just gonna have to wait
I can
and see how that
understand
works.
why there's flack, but like you gotta understand where like I'm sorry, we couldn't find anyone to do it. But that's just how the world is nowadays. I don't know.
Golf with your friends purchased by Team 17. Huh, that's interesting.
That's been for a while.
Well, it's like January 20. It was just announced like a few days ago. I'm just going over that what we
purchase.
didn't talk about on this.
Not
on
the game itself being
Yeah.
available. I've watched gameplay of it.
No, they've had the Team 17 backing for a while.
Really?
Backing.
Yeah.
I think maybe they finalized the purchase versus
Maybe so.
being a backer.
Why is Mr. Clean my everybody in my pit crew? Because that's one of the unlockable chase plates in this game.
Everyone is Mr. Clean.
Yes.
So we were talking about Resident Evil Village for a little bit. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't talk about anything about Resident Evil 4, and that's not necessarily a problem. It's just we all know Resident Evil 4 is happening, and they still don't have anything to show us.
You will give me an egg.
I don't know.
They better keep that line in, or else Proton John's not going to be very happy.
That's
Was it
Resident
egg?
Evil 5, dude.
I thought that was
Is it
4,
5?
but okay.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure
yes,
it's 4.
That's 5. No,
I
Resident
remember-
Evil 4 No. Resident Evil 4 takes place in Spain. Okay, Wesker is nowhere to be seen other than in a separate ways with this. I forgot her name, but yeah. But yeah, the Resident Evil Village box art, who I think it's either Chris Redfield or Ethan Hawke. Tell me the werewolf
Ethan
doesn't
Hawke.
look awesome on
Ethan Winters.
Ethan
It's not
Winters.
Ethan. It's not Ethan Hawke. That would be cool
Did I
if he was
say-
in the game, though.
You
Wait,
said
did I
Ethan
say
Hawke,
Ethan
not
Hawke?
Winters.
I meant to say Ethan Winters. I apologize, but no, seriously, what do you guys think? Doesn't it look awesome?
It does, but
Did you send?
I'm kind of wondering, how does this like deviate away from like the T virus? Isn't it still a thing in the Resident Evil Village, in the Resident Evil lore? I don't know.
probably.
Oh, I think there were. Oh, I see the art now. That's badass. I think what, or at least what Outside Xbox when they were playing it said was that they're just going to call it the V virus. Joke about it, and they're like, yeah, it's high time they got to vampires. Like, good on them.
All right, well. And then we have the Uncharted movie is being pushed back from July to February 11th, which will be interesting. That movie is going to be starring Tom Holland. Honestly, not a huge fan of the choice. The only reason why I think they chose him is because he was either viable or they just really didn't want to have to spend too much time choosing another actor to play him. Honestly, those are the only two things that I can think of. I'm not going to say he's going to do a terrible job, but you also have to keep in mind the Uncharted movie is owned by Sony. So it's like, and guess what else is owned by Sony? Spider-Man. So I can't see him in any, I cannot see Tom Holland in anything other than Spider-Man because that's all I see now. But we'll just have to wait and see how that works.
Oops.
Oops, indeed. Let's take a look. Apparently, after Tenet and HBO Max issues, looks like Christopher Nolan and Warner Brothers are breaking. Wow.
Oh.
I've never seen a man with so much ego. Seriously.
What, because Tenet didn't do well on HBO Max?
No, because Tenet didn't do well, and people think that the reason why it didn't do well is because movie theaters were closed. I'm like, no, it didn't do well because the movie wasn't good. That's
And
literally
movie
what it
theaters
is.
were closed.
Yes. So, like, what else is there to talk about, you know? Thanks for reminding me. Need to run to Office Depot, Car 99. Huh.
Carl Edwards will thank you because Office Depot was one of his primary sponsors for many, many years. Until they weren't.
Let's take a look. Okay. Selma director Ava DuVernay strikes a podcast partnership with Spotify. Could be better. Let's see. Now,
Could be better,
so-
excuse me.
It could be more interesting news that doesn't really matter, but you know, than news that just doesn't really, that I don't really care for. But let's continue scrolling down. Tencent has purchased a majority stake in Clay Entertainment, the developers behind Don't Starve and Mark of the Ninja. Huh.
Gross.
Ew. I liked Don't
Yeah.
Starve, even though it was complete bullshit. Like, so my gripe with the game is that my sister told me it's like, just make a flower crown. I did, and the demons are still chasing me.
Scroll down. I
The
saw
only
the trailer.
unenjoyable part of the game is when you're just reduced to constantly sprinting because you can't hide anywhere because the demons are everywhere.
Scroll down. I'm just currently scrolling down and seeing what other news that I missed. So streamers tried to buy Top Gun Maverick, but Paramount refused to sell. I don't know how to feel about that. That's
Because
a
it's
big
gonna
risk.
be on Paramount Plus.
I mean, well, it'll probably be on Paramount Plus, but who's gonna buy Paramount Plus? That's the thing. The only person that I can see purchasing Paramount Plus is freaking comic book guy from The Simpsons, and he's not even real. So,
Worst streaming service ever.
Yes. Ew. GameStop's previously foundering stock value surged roughly 13,000% over the last year, from $4.62 to $65.01 a share, after Reddit day traders crashed with short sellers like Citron Research, forcing the company's market value to $4.5 billion at its peak.
I mean, if you think about it, GameStop was it was a pretty good year for GameStop if you think about it, because people still wanted physical games and they could ship stuff to people. So,
GameStop has a lot of issues in my opinion, because it's like, oh well, GameStop is one of the companies that, they wanted to stay open last year because they said that they were quote unquote an essential business when there's nothing essential about it. And it's not like they sell food, they don't sell drinks, they don't sell furniture,
not even beer.
They don't sell beer. So, ooh, that's interesting. I'll have to take a look at that.
No, Zach, Scarfy is not scrolling for Affinity.
No, I'm not scrolling for Affinity. I'm just scrolling down Grillis Entertainment News because I really like what they have to offer, and yeah, they're really, really good at what they do. Yeah. See.
Nice beaver.
Nice beaver. Xbox announced it was increasing the price of Xbox Live Gold membership tiers. Huh.
Yeah, and then after a lot of backlash, they backpedaled on that.
Really?
Yes.
You also have to keep in mind that, like, they were going to charge, like,
they were going to charge $11 a month for 1 month of Xbox Live Gold. It's $15 a month for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. What they were trying to do is incentivize more people to just switch over to Game Pass Ultimate because they get all this extra shit.
Well, it was more so the fact that, like, when it comes to the Xbox Series X and Series S, game prices are actually going to make a $10 increase. I don't know why they're doing it, but hey.
Hey, it's the same with PS5. It's the same with PS5. You got to remember that. It's not just one system issue.
I didn't say it was. I was just saying.
You said it was. Yeah, but you didn't bring up PS5 in your statement, so it sounded like you were only talking about one system and not the other.
Implication.
Wow. So A Quiet Place Part 2 is delayed yet again, and it's going to be and it's not going to come out till 2021. I remember taking a picture of the standee when I worked at a movie theater. A Quiet Place Part 2 was supposed to come out that weekend.
They even had the cardboard cutouts for it there already.
Yeah, they had the cardboard cutouts for it, and then COVID happened, and like, nope, shut it down. And that's what happened. And that movie hasn't come out for a year. That movie was supposed to come out last year, and it's being delayed again.
At least the good news is that we can guess, I want to assume, that it's made, it's complete, but it's not in development hell. I mean, that's not as much of a thing for movies in the same way it is for games, but at least there is a presumably finished product that is eventually going to be ready.
Oh, and just in case anyone knows, today apparently is the last day to stream Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max. Yeah, about that, doesn't really matter when that movie's just going to be pirated online anyway. Just saying.
That and, not that great of a movie.
No, I was really disappointed by it. Did you guys see it?
Yes.
I didn't see it. I think we watched something else instead of that. I'm gonna believe it.
It was bad. I didn't like it. I did not like it. I was expecting much more, and the first one just like blew me out of the water because my expectations were high, and then they made this film, and I'm like, what?
Number 9, really?
Yeah.
I just saw it just happened on stream. I just saw number 9 just plow into you as you were spinning out. Just blah.
Well, to be fair, I am doing stupid dive bomb moves like that in front of teammates.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what's going on, and Yeah. Let's take a look at what's going on in. Was it? Wait, what? No. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what else that I can talk about. Guys, did you know that the Washington Post is actually owned by Amazon?
Yeah, I've
Meaning
known that for years, bud.
The
meaning that
Post?
the news-
Yeah,
meaning that
Wapo.
the news.
I actually, the one person who lives closest to it, I didn't actually know they're owned by it. I just knew Amazon had like a HQ in Arlington or something like
Yeah,
that.
that is Jeff Bezos' newspaper.
Which is right. Which Arlington is just a skip of the river away from DC proper.
Oh, by the way, Naka, apparently the Yakuza remaster collection is coming on Game Pass.
Yep.
If you don't know about that.
Also,
Hey,
late breaking news: Death Squared, SMG Studios' first console game, it is leaving Xbox Game Pass on January 29th, 2021. It is $15 normally, so if you want to support the company that helped bring me into PAX for 2 years, where I owe a lot of my life to them, yes, go buy that. It's also available on PlayStation 4, Steam, and Nintendo Switch.
I love what Shudder just posted rather. What other shows talk about movies while driving laps around the track?
I don't know, maybe
well,
the
here's-
Time Extend podcast, but that's another story for another day.
Okay, so fun fact: did you know that this was a thing? I'm going to copy this link that I really like. Okay, so you guys saw Rogue One, right? You guys saw Rogue One.
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
best. It's the best
Yeah.
Star Wars movie since Disney bought out the.
Yeah, I went to see it. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Okay, well, here's the thing. You know how Rogue One is a really good movie, and you know the writers who wrote it are really good people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to post something in the chat, and I want you guys to know, would you guys go see it? All right, here we go. So get this. Rogue One's writer wants to make did I say Star Wars film? No. Shit, that's not what I wanted to say. He wants to make a let me do that again. I apologize, guys.
I think I can understand
I
what
know.
you're going for. He
A
wanted
Star
to make
Fox
it.
film. It's right there in the link.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. Hold on.
Please stop saying
Yeah.
yes, because every time the S sound comes in, it goes like.
Yes,
But anyway,
Rogue One's writer wants
I just told you to.
wants to make a Star Fox film. I would
Star
go
Wars.
see that. Would you
He
guys
already
go see it?
he already made a Star Wars film, but yeah.
It's been a year since this was announced, and I want it so bad.
Yeah, but
Oh, hey.
remember the last time Nintendo made him? There was a movie based on a Nintendo IP.
Oh, you want to know?
Didn't
You want to
do
know
hot.
the worst part about that? Oh, you want to
Hey.
know the worst part about that? They're
Hey,
making They're making another Mario film, and guess who's doing the animation? Illumination Studios.
Are you fucking
By the
shitting me?
I am not, and it's by the same people who made the freaking Minions. Ugh.
That is a choice. But I did want to point out that the Gamer Revolution article came out on my birthday of this.
Yes.
Not this year, but this 2020, January 13th. So that's
But
cool.
yeah, Krüz, would you see the Star Fox film? Trust me, you would see the Star Fox film.
I mean, I'd give it a go. We'll have to. I do like how the poster, if that's like the character designs are like kind of at least based off of what images we see here. It depends, I guess, on what the story is. I don't know, but I don't know much about story. I mean, I think I played Star Fox Command. That's the only Star Fox game I played. But yeah, But what happened, Zach, it's because every time the S sound came around, it was just like it kept cutting out and going back. So it's just like it was just like buzzing in there. And I'm like, ah!
You mean like this? Yes.
It didn't do it that time, thankfully.
Yes. You.
I don't think I'm gonna do it again. It's like the catchy ghost thing.
See, now if
But
this
yeah,
movie
no.
does come out, it'll be more love that shown to the Star Fox franchise than Nintendo has in the past like 6 years.
Oh, and the furry fandom is gonna love the shit out of this.
Oh yeah,
movie.
because it's furry bait. What do you expect?
They're gonna eat it up. You know that. I just saw. I think it's for a because obviously, even upcoming conventions like Furthermore, is not happening this year. They're doing a virtual thing. And I saw an auction item for like one, I don't know, fandom related thing was one of the Zootopia movie posters, like the big ones that they set up in like the dealer's den and all that. I mean, that's another kind of bit of news that what number is it? It was Furthermore. Hold on, let me just go look at the little pamphlet thingy.
What else can we talk about for 10 minutes? Oh, Jonas Scott tweeted, Jonah, you're like if someone took an. Oh, God.
It was Furthermore 8, which was boldly moving forward in a space theme, but the badges, which were like fursuit badges, which were like the iron-on patches, really, rather than badges. I can send pictures, but they famously said "boldy" going forward, which a lot of us caught way after we just received them. But 8.5 is going to be the name of the virtual convention. It's going to be like a cyber dystopian kind of theme, which I think is cool. I'll probably check it out if I have time to like do the virtual convention stuff, because I haven't done that for any other conventions. But I saw what Anthrocon did virtually, and I thought that was very cool, like recreating the space in a VR chat.
Okay, guys, tell me if this is not if this is so not a mood. Star Wars fan. Crying, you can't keep doing this. And then George Lucas. Now, this guy is a pretty bad customer. His name is Darth Crumbo.
Darth Crumbo? I'd watch a movie with Darth Crumbo. Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry, but I have no idea who Crumbo is.
Oh, it's just a placeholder name. And then we also have a Cartoon Saloon is making another film. For those of you who have already seen Wolfwalkers, this film is called My Father's Dragon. It's the next film from Cartoon Saloon and is based on the beloved children's book. So I think it was only popular in the UK. So that's probably the only reason as to why we don't really hear much about it. So I am hoping that this film will be good, because Wolfwalkers was so good.
Loved it.
Poor guy.
Well, and this isn't a spoiler, but there is a Wilhelm scream somewhere in there, and I was just like, "Oh my god, that was perfect."
Yeah, I wish we could talk about this game, dude. What are you talking about, Zach?
Probably what just happened on the screen. Poor Kurt Busch, man.
Poor Kurt Busch.
No, poor Kurt Busch. Got punted by Jeff Gordon and then ran into by Tony Stewart.
Okay, that's pretty funny. All right, so there's a picture of Godzilla and King Kong, but with Godzilla it's King K. Rool with the cape and the crown, and it's freaking King Kong, but he's wearing Donkey Kong's tie.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm glad people were quick on those edits, because like even Kiki Flipnote, I imagine you've familiar with
I know
Kiki's work.
Uh-huh.
There was a video from that channel that the artists when there's a new character announced, and they're like just like sweating, and then they see the announcement and they're like frantically drawing and then posting it on like DeviantArt and shit like that. It's like, oh wow, they're so quick. And they're like, and then the guy's just like, after he's done, just like passes out for after drawing. It's like,
we have 5 minutes left. What do we want to talk about for 5 more minutes?
I don't know.
5 minutes left.
Chonkers.
Where is it?
Stop making the noises and get on with it.
Right.
I'm trying to figure it out, and you had a letter, and you had a letter, and you had a letter.
Jesus Christ.
Canada Hunt, the intro, aka the worst sound I've ever heard.
That's funny.
It is funny.
This has never stopped the internet before.
It hasn't.
Well, no, it hasn't.
It's like,
but
innocence be damned.
I said it was a children's story. Did I not say that?
Yes.
Yeah,
but there are
probably
gross,
emphasis
creepy
on
people.
was.
Let's get a little SFW. There's no.
Nice.
What?
Oh, what Travolta just posted.
With motorsport stuff, I'm currently building a model kit of the 2004 Monster
that was
Truck
probably me.
Ninja Turtles truck that would have been driven in real life by Paul Cohen for the World 5 Finals 5. Okay. Wow.
I make noises.
All right. Well, we have a couple more minutes. What else do we want to talk about that's not a thing, not news anymore?
Huh.
Unclear.
Instructions unclear.
We can talk about berry bows.
What?
Berry bows from Zelda are pretty nice.
Okay.
You're pulling this one out of your ass.
Dude, oh, by the way, Naka, did you ever see the Mario Kart DS Did You Know Gaming?
Yes. I watched that.
What did you think? What did you think?
I mean, I watch a lot of Did You Know
Okay.
Gaming stuff. I thought it was pretty interesting, some of the stuff they find.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yes, there is indeed the Bernie Sanders meme. Where he's just...
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the Bernie Sanders meme. I mean, like one of the funniest memes that I ever thought Shutter done was the one where he put Bernie next to Tommy Wiseau and the other what was his name?
Mark.
Yeah, Mark. I thought that was hilarious.
I can't
I
drive
think
it.
there was
Damn.
Phil Swift even got in on it, where Bernie
Guy
was sitting in
Fieri
the boat.
got in on it.
I think someone did it where this will be at Scarfy's expense, where they put him on the bench next to Roethlisberger with his head down. It's just like you can just sneak him into other places. Justin Trudeau,
Justin
I believe-
Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, got in on it.
Yeah.
he's apparently sitting in the background of his speech. I don't know where that image came from, but it's like something about Sanders being like an unassuming kind of person, but then making that so accessible. Like, this is probably, I don't know how many exact memes he's been a part of, but the last one I remember was the once again I am asking for your like financial support, and then it became like once again I am asking blah blah blah, and then the internet just decided to take that and run with it.
I mean, like, you have a man who, in my opinion, should have been the next president of the United States that's just sitting wearing not even, like, formal clothes.
He wasn't wearing
like
a suit.
soda.
He was wearing a sweater and mittens.
I mean, it's from Vermont.
Which
What do you want?
It's not a. I mean, like, it's not
It's
a problem.
fucking
because
cold.
The man. It's not a problem. It's the man had work to do. He did, in fact, have work to do. The inauguration wasn't the only thing on his list. But I am glad that I'm just surprised that he hasn't addressed the meme yet. Maybe he will one day, much like Michael Jordan addresses his meme.
The crying meme, and I took
indeed.
that personally. I think
All right,
and
guys.
I took that personally has been more of a meme as of late, especially with sports.
All right, guys. I think it's time that we. I think it's time we call it off. We have a lot to talk about next week, and again, next week is going to be a party. I just want to remind you guys, there isn't going to be a formal agenda on that episode, because we are just going to be talking about the memories, the times, the trials and tribulations we had to get to 100 episodes. It's going to be a party. It is going to be a very, very good party. I can't stress this enough. You guys are going to flip out on what's going to happen on the next show. We have a lot of special things happening.
Yeah.
Guys,
I
Go
will
ahead.
say that there is one thing at least for music, and then like any of the rest of the stuff is like conversational stuff that's like hey, maybe what we can look forward to later. But there is going to be one announcement, and it is one that's probably worth hearing. Just going to say that.
Indeed.
And again, the focus is on us, celebrating, getting to that 100.
Indeed. So guys, it has been a very, very fun show. We all hope that you had a fantastic fantastic evening. By the way, please tweet at us at subwoofer.et and use the hashtag. Again, I'm going to put it in the chat.
It was almost right, Kyle. I think it was set 100.
Yes, it was set 100 episodes. Please give this. Please use this while you're tweeting and reply to us. Give us all the memories that you have so we can prepare for our next show and look at it, see what's going on, see what's doing it. What we're going to be doing for that. We are so excited. I cannot stress how next week is going to be our final show, because I think that we've come so far for the season. I have so much that I need to do, and I need to grow, and there's so much that we need to talk about, because there are some things in my life that I think, requires me to. I have to get further, and there's only one place to go but up.
Get further, do more, better, as in to even go far as.
Indeed. We will see you guys with episode 100 next week. My name is Scarfy.
I am your gracious computer host, broadcaster of the show, Naka.
And I'm the resident drunk, Krüz.
And we will see you all next week for episode 100, the season 8 finale. Stay awesome, stay awesome.
Stay
Have a
safe
good night,
out
guys.
there, be safe, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye!